I can't wait for Christmas.
This is a special presentation from the Can't Wait for Christmas podcast studios. The made-for-podcast Christmas movie, A Bomb for Christmas 2. Past, present, and future. Act 1. Exterior, Port Caldwell, sunset. The camera pans over the snowy Christmas town of Port Caldwell, Washington, where we see kids building snowmen and having snowball fights. We see Port Caldwell Square, where the annual Christmas festival is in full swing. Booths, rides, and a big Christmas tree that lights up as the camera scrolls by. Then the camera pans up through the clouds into the night sky, where a plane glides through the air. We hear the captain's voice as the plane moves through the clouds.
Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. This is your captain speaking. First, I'd like to welcome everyone on Harlan Airlines Flight 121-192. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 33,000 feet at an airspeed of 400 miles per hour. The time is 4:15 p.m. Aside from a few light snowflakes, the weather looks pretty good, and with a little holiday luck, we should be getting into Denver ahead of schedule. Until then, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight.
Camera cuts to interior, Harlan Airlines Flight 121-192, sunset. We're now in the interior of the plane where we see Holly McTiernan, a tough Seattle cop who looks an awful lot like Danica McKellar. She stands up from her seat.
Attention everyone. My name is Holly McTiernan. I'm a detective with the Seattle Police Department. I'm sorry to disturb you, but does anyone have a pair of nail clippers?
Holly's non-threateningly handsome husband, Bobby, stands up next to her.
They don't let you bring nail clippers on a plane anymore.
Multiple passengers pull out nail clippers and extend them toward Holly. She grabs the closest pair.
Wait, you're telling me I could have been packing nail clippers in my carry-on all this time?
Not now, Bobby.
Holly cautiously opens the lid of a Christmas present sitting on her seat cushion to reveal a bomb with electronic gadgets and red and green wires.
Is that a bomb?
Yep.
At Christmas?
Yep.
Again?
I know. How could the same thing happen to the same couple twice?
A speaker crackles to life on the device.
Welcome back to the Christmas party. So glad you could drop by.
The screen goes black as the title A Bomb for Christmas 2, Past, Present, and Future fills the screen. The screen cuts to close-up images of scissors cutting wrapping paper and red and green ribbons as the credits roll. Interior, Police Station Office Day. The text, earlier that day, appears on screen as we see Tracy Chabert, a confident, raven-haired detective who looks a bit like the actress from Party of Five and Mean Girls, but I can't think of her name. She strides through the office, and she looks around at the various desks, doesn't find what she's looking for, and knocks on the captain's door.
Come in.
Tracy opens the door and enters the captain's office.
Captain, do you know where Holly is? I haven't seen her all day.
She's probably on her way to the airport.
The airport? Is she working on that missing baggage handler case? I thought the port police were handling that.
No. Holly and Bobby spent the morning at the Port Caldwell Christmas Festival, and tonight they're flying out to Colorado to spend Christmas with Holly's family.
Oh, right. It's Christmas Eve.
Did you seriously forget it was Christmas Eve?
I was focused on getting the paperwork finished on the Sadler case.
So it's finished?
No. That's why I wanted to talk to Holly.
Well, it sounds like that paperwork won't be finished until after the holidays. The trial isn't until February. Might as well head out. There's not much for you to do here.
I'm sure there's something that needs to be done around here.
If you hurry, you could catch the game. Didn't Joe McCringleberry leave a ticket for you at will call?
He did? Wait, how do you know that?
Holly has mentioned it. More than once.
Well, it's probably because he feels obligated since Holly and I saved his life last Christmas. I mean, it's not really, it's not even, it doesn't even mean...
Were you gonna finish any of those sentences?
Anyway, I'm just gonna go see if I can find the Sadler case info on Holly's desk.
Is this deja vu? I spent last Christmas convincing Holly not to be such a workaholic. Is it your turn this year?
Fine, I'll go. But I'll have my phone on me if you need me.
Tracy walks out of the captain's office and towards the elevator.
I won't!
Tracy yells over her shoulder.
You might!
The elevator arrives and Tracy steps in and turns around to face the captain. Just before the doors close, she pulls out her phone and points to it. The captain sighs and shakes his head as he goes back to typing. Interior, police parking lot day. Tracy walks through the parking lot and gets into her car. As she slides into the driver's seat, she notices Candace sitting in her back seat.
What the dickens?
Hello, Detective. Sorry if I startled you.
Well, breaking into a police detective's car in the parking lot garage of a police station is not the smartest move.
It is in this case. We need your help.
Who's we?
I'm part of an organization called the Christmas Initiative.
Like a charity? This is an aggressive way to ask for donations.
Not exactly. We save Christmas.
From what?
Whatever threatens the magic of the holidays.
So if a Grinch shows up, we call you?
Not quite. Perhaps you've heard the story of the Christmas armistice of 1914? It was Christmas Eve, and World War I had been raging across Europe for months. But that Christmas Eve, the soldiers stopped firing and started singing Christmas carols. Both sides climbed out of their trenches and celebrated with each other, despite the fact that they'd just been trying to kill each other, despite their language barriers, despite the fact that each side had been taught that the other side was evil. They worked together and saved Christmas.
So you stop wars every Christmas?
Not exactly. But after that Christmas, some of those German and British and French soldiers got together to create a group that would come together and stop bad things from happening on Christmas. Over the years, the group grew beyond their wildest dreams as they discovered more and more people who wanted to save Christmas. Each year we find remarkable people, and we ask them to join us. This year, I'm asking you.
Okay, well, I'm flattered, but I think the one you want is my partner, Holly. She's the one who stopped Alana Rikmanovich when she tried to blow up the Port Caldwell Christmas Festival last year.
First of all, don't act like you weren't part of saving the festival last year. Secondly, we actually recruited Holly last year. That's why I'm here. We think her flight is in danger.
Tracy's eyes widen as we cut to interior airport day. Holly and Bobby are walking down the gangway to board the plane. Bobby is FaceTiming with George, an older but still crazy handsome man with salt and pepper hair and a corduroy jacket.
I don't know how you pulled it off, Bobby. The festival was even better than last year.
You're just saying that because no one tried to blow it up this year.
That was a major plus, I won't lie.
Betty pops into frame. She's a super cute, sweet, older but not old lady. The kind of lady who could easily have played a mom in a 90s sitcom.
Is that Bobby and Holly?
Betty says hi.
Hi, Betty.
I can't believe you guys are going to miss the tree lighting.
Well, it was either we take this flight or the 10:30 flight, which has 2 layovers, and we wouldn't get to Colorado until 4 in the morning.
We may be waiting until 4 in the morning anyway. Why isn't this line moving?
A figure dressed in an airport uniform with a hat and glasses obscuring their face exits the plane and pushes past Holly, Bobby, and the rest of the line. Holly watches the figure until her focus is pulled back to the phone.
But George is right, Bobby. I haven't had this much fun since George and I were on our honeymoon.
Well, we'll let you go. The children's choir will be starting soon, and you know how much Betty likes to hear them.
They're my favorite. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Bobby hangs up.
Looks like we're finally moving. Wonder what the holdup was.
Holly looks back at the direction where the hooded figure disappeared.
Yeah, I wonder.
Interior, Tracy's car, day.
So, if Holly's in danger, how can I help?
You'll need to get to the football stadium.
But Holly's at the airport.
You will be working with 3 of our special agents.
Okay, they can handle whatever's happening at the football stadium, and I'll head to the airport.
Expect the first one when the sun sets.
Look, if Holly's in danger, I have to get to her before her flight leaves. Look at the time.
Tracy turns around to gesture to the clock on her dashboard. When she turns back around,
She's probably already...
Candace is gone. Tracy looks around in the back seat, opens the door, and looks around the parking garage. There is no one to be found. She gets back in the car.
I didn't think anything could get weirder than last Christmas.
Tracy starts the car and drives out of the parking garage. Exterior, Seattle streets, day. Tracy is driving down the streets, and just as the sun starts to set, she comes to a red light. As she stops, she sees a sign that says Airport with an arrow pointing left and Football Stadium with an arrow pointing right. She flips on her blinker and hears a voice from behind her.
I think you want the other blinker.
The camera pans over to see the ghost of Christmas Past sitting in the back seat, a tall, slender man with a bushy mustache and a chin beard dressed in a Victorian-era suit.
Who are you?
I am the agent whose coming was foretold to you.
Say what now?
I am the ghost of Christmas Past.
Okay, yep. This is officially weirder than last Christmas.
Exterior, Football Stadium, sunset. The camera pans across the crowded stadium as cheerleaders dressed in festive Christmas outfits hype the crowd. The announcers' voices are heard as we pan around the stadium, seeing the fans, the players, and officials all preparing to start the game.
Hey there, sports fans. It's almost kickoff time in this Christmas Eve matchup of Seattle versus San Francisco. Of course, we all remember a few years ago when these two teams met and star Seattle kicker Joe McCringleberry kicked an incredible 61-yard field goal, winning the game.
That's right, Bert. And of course, last Christmas, McCringleberry used those skills in real life by kicking a bomb away from a local Christmas festival and saving hundreds of lives. I know we were looking forward to seeing our Christmas hero on the field tonight, but I don't see him on the sidelines.
We'll try and get some more details on that before the game starts. But right now, we turn our attention to the 50-yard line, where everyone's favorite holiday a cappella group, Stratotonics Free, will be singing our national anthem.
Camera cuts to Stratotonics Free as they begin to sing the anthem. As they sing, the camera pans across the Seattle sidelines where we see an empty spot on the bench with McCringleberry's jersey on it. Then, we cut to interior, Harlan Airlines Flight 121-192, sunset. Holly is sitting in her seat. She looks over at the seat next to her where her husband Bobby is watching a Christmas episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine on his phone. The plane captain comes on the PA.
Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. This is your captain speaking.
As the plane captain speaks, Holly looks at the seat in front of her. She notices that there is a Christmas card tucked behind the in-flight magazine. She pulls it out to see that it says Detective McTiernan on it. Confused, she opens it. The cover of the card depicts a cartoon-style explosion with the words, "Boom," written in huge letters. She opens the card and the text reads, "Look under your seat." Holly reaches under her seat to discover the Christmas present we saw in the opening scene. She opens the lid, gasps, and closes it again. She carefully places the package on her seat and stands up.
Attention, everyone. My name is Holly McTiernan. I'm a detective with the Seattle Police Department. I'm sorry to disturb you, but does anyone have a pair of nail clippers?
End Act 1. Cut to commercial. A Bomb for Christmas 2 is brought to you by reading. Sure, this audio drama is a movie for your mind, but the original movies for the mind are books. Read one today. For instance, Brian Earl's new book, Of Christmases Long, Long Ago, Surprising Traditions from Christmas Past. A Bomb for Christmas 2, Past, Present, and Future, Act 1, was written, directed, and produced by Tim Babb. It featured the voice talents of Kiki Cronin as Tracy Chabert, Danelle Babb as Holly McTiernan, Brendan Sherv as Bobby McTiernan, Jeffrey Cronin as the Russian voice, Trish Healy as Betty, Tim Dumont as the plane captain, with special podcaster guest stars, Jacqueline Collier from the Deck the Hallmark podcast as Candace, Mike Westfall from the Advent Calendar House podcast as Captain Willis, Edward Frizzell from the That's Hindsight podcast as George, Jerry D. from Totally Rad Christmas as Bert, Sean Sotka from the Christmas Podcast as Ernie, and Brian Earl from Christmas Past as the ghost of Christmas Past. Deck the Halls A was performed by Kevin MacLeod and used under a Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license. All other music and sound effects were public domain and found at pixabay.com. This made-for-podcast Christmas movie is a work of fiction. Any similarity to actual persons living or dead or actual events is purely coincidental. Copyright 2025 by the Can't Wait for Christmas podcast, all rights reserved. Tune in December 2nd for A Bomb for Christmas 2, Past, Present, and Future, Act 2.